So it's already 9:30 p.m. and I had a request that how do we connect PHP with Oracle 19c? In fact, 12c, the cloud version, 18c, the cloud version, and 19c has some similarities. But what we need to keep in mind is what the type of PHP environment do we have? So first thing first, let's see what is the type of PHP environment within our system. So I have my XAMPP installed. It's version 3.3 and let me start it. Perfect. Okay, and that information can be retrieved right from here. So if you see, it's PHP8. There are a few things to note. That is PHP8. Let me zoom it. So it's PHP8 here and it's 64-bit. PHP8 and 64-bit. Well, with that information, let's move ahead. So with PHP8, the first thing is we need to download the Instant Client. And for the information, you can see that you can have 12c or 19c, both you'll be able to use with this system. So I'll download the Instant Client, and in fact it's already downloaded, I guess. Let me see. Okay, here is the link. I'll post it. Next important thing is, what after the download section? So after the download section, you'll get something like this. So within the downloads folder is compressed. So, and if once you unzip it, it's something like this. So I simply cut this folder or copy it and place it in C drive or anywhere location. This is not important that it has to be in the C drive. You can place it anywhere, and I have placed it right at this place. Well, after this, don't forget to set your environment variables, because the PHP will be looking at the environment variables while executing. So uh, in order to do that, I'll just simply copy this path, and in order to set the environment variable, say properties, or rather go to the advanced settings, environment variables, and the path thing here, edit it, paste it somewhere. Okay, so you say new and you place it right here. Done, done, and done. Well, second thing, environment variable. So as it is set the environment variable, that is the path with the Instant Client. So I show you how to do that. Well, so these two things have been done. Even this has been done. Perfect. So now let's download the, in fact, if you have installed XAMPP in that particular version, then it's probable that you might have the 18c or say 19c library already. And if you do not have it, the OCI DLL file, if you do not have it, then you look for the peer package. Okay, so you look for the peer package. I say peer OCI8, and here we are. Read the information very properly. I have the world's best internet connectivity, award-winning connectivity. In fact, I have already downloaded. Okay, it's right here. So if you see, you'll get all the informations. the question was that how do I connect with 18C or 19C? Okay, so if you read your this notification properly, it says PHP OCI8 with Instant Client 90C can connect to Oracle 11.2 and onwards. Perfect. Means if you have the client and 19C, then you can connect to any other databases. So we were done with that. Next, it's always better if you have PHP8, then it's the OCI8 library has to be installed, and for that we don't go to with OCI8 2.2 and something. We simply say 3.1, and it is stable mark. Okay, so we say stable. Okay, then we have the latest tarpal. You can simply you click it here, and it will get downloaded. Once that file has been downloaded to a location, you see we have here it is. I extracted it and copied all the files from this file. In fact, we will only require the library thing .h file, but I did not take any chances. I simply copied all the files right from here and to the extension directory. To the extension directory. Where is it? It's here. D drive, XAMPP, and within the XAMPP I have something called okay, it's something called your Apache. Sorry, PHP exe folder, and you paste it. Oh, instead it should work just because within the library folder, if you see, sorry, it's not the library, it's the exe extension. Okay, here we have two things, one called OCI8 12c.dll, OCI8 underscore 19. Okay, these are the two things that we might be looking at. If it's already there, you do not have to do anything like such. Fine. So next you refresh. Okay, sorry, you restart your Apache. After you make any such changes, we forgot to make changes in stpg.conf file. Okay, it's here, right here, php.inf file. You look for OCI8, OCI8, or simply OCI, and you will get some message here. Previously, it will be commented out. So what we need to do is, since it's 19C or 18C, whatever, so even 90C you'll be able to connect with that part. Okay, so even 18C can be connected with this thing. It's just the library. It's important is what instant client do we have? Is it the 12C instant client or the 19C instant client? It doesn't have to do. It doesn't have anything to do with the say database installation. Okay, so fine. So we just uncommented it, save the file, don't forget to save it, and then again restart your Apache. It has to be in php.ini. Okay, it has to be in php.ini. You look for OCI8. Perfect. So now if you go back and again if you hit refresh, down below if you look for OCI8, you'll see it enabled. OCI8, look, OCI8, it's enabled. We're done. Okay, for the time being, just to show you a demonstration, let me write a very simple file. Say So let me go back. Let me create a new file. Let's save it. Okay. In order to connect to the database, we simply say I have a .php file being saved at. Let me create a new folder. Say database. More appropriately, Oracle connect dot say PHP. Okay. Link equals OCI8 or OCI underscore CONNECT connect. Now, here you need the first argument to add username. For my information, let me show you something. I have 19C installed on my virtual machine. Okay, so let me start that machine. After confirmation, okay, it's probable that you have 19C installed on the same machine. Then it won't be a problem. Please bear with me for a while. Okay. So the first thing is you'll have to check whether your Oracle is started or not. So you say SQL plus. Okay, since the listener has not been started, anyways. Perfect. Let's look at the status of listener. One thing that you need to make note of is the service name. Okay, this is very important, the service name, because in Oracle we will have to use either the pluggable database that has to be connected. So currently the instance ORCL is the pluggable database right here. Okay, so on the machine orcl.ps.com we have ORCL as the pluggable database. Perfect. One thing. The other thing is what is the host name of this machine? The IP of this machine. So in order to see the IP, we have hostname minus I. So it's 192.168.150.128. Okay, so this will be important for us. So OCI, and within this system, I have a user, for example, SQL Plus. Um, say to connect, I have the user called HR. Okay, and its password, corresponding password is HR for the time being. So I have been connected. Okay, so I'm connected through HR. Perfect. So let's connect it here. The first argument has to be the username. It's small HR. In Oracle, passwords are sensitive, so it's small HR and capital letter for the time being. If it had been the production server, I wouldn't have shown you my password rather. And then the next thing is your connection string. Okay, so the database is string. It has to be the host name first. And since I'm so forgetful, um, I would rather say HOST and AME 192.168.150. 192.168.150.128 slash, and then as I said, you'll have to remember the listener information LSN. Okay, so we say it's orcl.pis.com. So we copy it right here, orcl.pis.com. That's it. If everything is fine, this will return as an object, so dollar align to link, or it will return as null value. So we say echo the connection is successful. Otherwise, echo simple as that. Just to save some time. Well, this wouldn't have been the production code actually, but in order to test, this is sufficient because you need this part right here. Let's execute this code. It was called Oracle, and I have a connect.php. It says the connection is successful. Means what? Means it has reached to the server, it has communicated with the server, and come back from that server. Rest, you know it. You'll be able to use all those OCI statements then after. I hope you have been following things. So let me make it clear here. Set the environment variable path as instant client. Okay. Next important thing is download the DLL file from place it in the PHP folder of PHP installation. You could have done the same thing using the PCL client CLI tool. Okay, so next, uncomment uh, uncomment PHP underscore OCI underscore 19 from php.ini from php.ini file. And once you have done that, don't forget to restart the Apache. Don't forget to restart the Apache web server. In order to verify uh, that the OCI library have been implemented or enabled, OCI has been enabled, you could look for OCI8 in php.info. Okay. And once it's enabled, only then you'll be able to execute your files. For the time being, my database server is remotely on another machine, in fact, on a virtual machine. It's probable that if you have sufficient RAM, you could have executed your Oracle 19C or 18C in the same way. You might ask, sir, how is it able to connect the ORCL on this part? So that is not the scope of our demonstration for today. Okay. So this could be 12C, 18C, and 19C, all with the same thing. The host name has to be the say if it's your production server, then you might have a public host name. Okay, since I have a remote access on a virtual machine, I have specified a static IP to this. I do not use any DHCP settings right here. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean. If you have any other confusion, you can always keep on posting. You can always keep on commenting. Okay, happy learning. Uh, Thanks for watching.